You're watching News Now from Fox. I'm Daytona Everett. I'm joined by Zachary Alti. He's a therapist in New York and definitely an expert when it comes to mental health. Zach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Daytona. Happy to be here.
So it's kind of interesting. It's Thanksgiving and we're talking about being thankful, but a lot of people are having some difficulty being thankful in this time with the pandemic and everything. What are some tips that you have for those who are watching right now to walk into this holiday with a grateful heart?
Yeah, so I think there's several things to be grateful for at any given time, especially during this time. So, one of the things that we can really do to help us access gratitude is thinking globally and historically. So, thinking globally, I mean, when we consider the tremendous privileges and safeties we have as Americans, clean drinking water, indoor plumbing, safe housing, there's a tremendous amount of things that we all share in common that is really a luxury to a lot of people elsewhere in the world. So, I think that's really a huge source of gratitude. Also, thinking historically is important. You know, think about the World War II generation or the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, right? I mean, things have been very good in recent history. And so the fact that a pandemic like this is unusual is really something to be grateful for, that this is not a constant state of affairs. This is unusual for us.
Yeah, and how does mental health impact your physical health as well? A lot of people are not feeling good right now, and we need to be up and ready, our bodies feeling as good as they can with this virus spreading so rampantly right now, right?
Sure, yeah. So gratitude is the healthiest thing you can do for your brain, but it's also really impactful on physical health and even your immune response. So there was a 2008 study of the SARS virus, which is very similar to COVID, and they found that unique predictors of trajectories, and that means how people did when they got the virus, were improved by things like social support and were harmed by things like virus-related worry. So gratitude will help you to not worry as much. It'll help you to be more supportive and to receive support better from others, which will actually make you better able to fight the virus if you do contract it.
Yeah. What are you thankful for this year for Thanksgiving?
Great question. I mean, I think there's the traditional pieces like family, career. As a therapist, I am really honored by the trust and privilege of helping people to access happiness and feel better, do better in their lives. I'm really grateful to the heroes of healthcare who put their own safety at risk to care for total strangers simply because it's what they do, some of them in my family. And gratitude just for loved ones, for community. I think crisis like this really reminds us why it's important to celebrate every day and share our love with family, neighbors, and friends. It reminds us of how lucky we are and how important it is to take care of ourselves, our community, and our planet.
Mhm. Are there simple techniques that you can do day by day, even when it's not Thanksgiving, to kind of practice being thankful for the things that you do have? What do you tell your clients out there in New York?
Definitely, that's a great question. So I like to tell my clients to think of three things that they're grateful for when they wake up in the morning, and three things that they're grateful for when they go to sleep at night. And so that's six different things each day, right? And it can be difficult at first to think of different things to be grateful for, but you can get really creative. And I think what's really helpful is thinking outside of your bubble. So thinking about people that you don't interact with every day. When we look at social media, when we just think about the people that we come into contact with on a daily basis, it isolates our thinking, right? And it makes it really a lot more difficult to access gratitude. So thinking globally, and I think that that's really really helpful.
Yeah. Mental health is such a tough thing, Are there ways to just de-stress too, even apart from being thankful and having gratitude? Some people can't even get over that hump of being so stressed out to where they almost can't function. Do you have any techniques for that as well?
Yeah. Mindfulness meditation. There's a technique called box breathing. I believe it was developed by the United States Navy SEALs originally, where you inhale for a count of four, hold your breath for a count of four, exhale for a count of four, and hold for a count of four. So there's four parts to it with equal length, right? And you repeat that four times, and that will help to calm you. Also, breathing is really a key to calming and to combating anxiety. So inhalations, breaths in, help to mobilize us, to get us awake, to increase energy.
Mm.
Exhales or breathing out helps to calm us, soothe us, slow our heart rate. So if you're feeling really anxious, focus on some deep exhales. If you're
Mm.
feeling like you need to get up, if you need to present or you need to, get alert, then focus on some deep inhales, right?
Yeah. Question, is there a connection between Thanksgiving dinner and mental health and being happy? Specifically stuffing and gravy and mashed potatoes. No? Is that not proven scientifically?
I don't know if there's any scientific studies on that in particular, but
Mm.
my bet would be on the cranberry sauce.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, Zachary, is there anything else you want to add for all the people watching on this Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, just to really enjoy the family, even if we're apart, right? A lot of us are remote right now. We're not able to have a traditional Thanksgiving, and I think what's really really going to be key is thinking about the discomfort that we're paying upfront for the moments of joy we'll have later on. I mean, Thanksgiving's in the future. I imagine we'll all be a lot more grateful because we've had to go through a more difficult one like this.
Yeah, that's so true. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We all have to remember that.
Yes.
All right, Zachary Alti out there in New York, the best therapist around. I feel a lot more de-stressed and excited for Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much, Daytona, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.